Spirit has me changing a lot of things around in my life. And I was kind of afraid for this new change because, like, it's going to have to be something over the top. Because I've had such crazy experiences. I mean, I'm talking like I've seen ghosts, dead people, demons. I've been possessed before. I literally threw a couch. No joke. Yeah, no joke. That's real. I threw a couch while I was possessed once. That was one of the, I would say, highlights of my spiritual awakening. But no, really, there's so many things that I've experienced, and I just kind of want to talk about it. But it's weird though too, because if I start talking about this shit I've seen, like, dude, I have been abducted by aliens once. Like saying this shit out loud is so weird to me, because I did for a while. I would talk about it, and then I started to feel like a lot of pushback, and I was like, nope, can't do it. Nope, it's not time. The collective is not ready for this. But lately, I don't know, I just kind of feel like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna talk about it. Like, crazy shit happens to me all the time. Not really so much in my apartment though, but it was happening so much more before. And when I got protected though, I started protecting my energy a lot more. Like, the supernatural stopped happening so much. It's now more like bugs. I can speak telepathically to bugs, and I ask for a sign, and like, boom, a bug shows up. I know it's weird, but that's kind of what, yeah, no. So it's not really like scary anymore. I don't really have astral projections as much as I used to. I used to leave my body like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. One of my favorite events was going to Niagara Falls. I was standing on top of the falls, and it was so weird. One of my spirit guides actually dropped me off there. We were driving, I was a passenger riding in this invisible car. It was like a car that was see-through. It looked like a bubble. It was really strange. And I got dropped off on top of Niagara Falls. And I remember it was so real. I remember standing there on top of the water, and the water would just like, it would just whoosh back into my face because the wind was blowing so fast. But it felt so cold. And I remember when I was lucid. I was totally 100% lucid in the astral projection. And I remember I told myself, Jenna, like, you have got to remember this. You have to remember how cold this feels. It's so real. So then I jumped down. Okay, because you can do like crazy shit in the astral plane anyway. So I jumped down, and I landed on this like little island. There was like this little patch of green grass, and I landed there, and there were all these tourists, and they were like taking pictures of, I don't know, just sightseeing and shit. Anyway, I was like trying to, I guess, ask for one of my friends. I was like, hey, have you seen Matthew? And I went up to like almost everybody on that little tiny little island, and I was like, hi, have you seen Matthew? And they all just kind of like nodded their heads like they were bobbleheads. There was no consciousness to these people at all. I was just like, hey, I need Matthew. Where's Matthew? Anyway, so then I flew. I was on this rock/island thing, and then I flew. I jumped up to the other side, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. So from the New York side to the Canadian side. And I went through this, like, there's like a cave, like a tunnel thing. And as soon as I did, I started asking more people who were also more bobbleheads. I was like, hey, have you seen Matthew? I need Matthew. And I would like try to shake these people awake, but they wouldn't wake up. And then I started to attract attention by, well, I guess what seemed conscious. These beings, they were dark, very ugly. They looked like straight up zombies, and they kind of walked like them too. And they started following me, because at first I was causing so much tension, the only ones that seemed to care were these zombie-looking creatures, you know? Anyway, they started following me, but they weren't as fast as me, so it didn't matter. They were really zombies, though. Anyway, and then, like, every time I would pass another one, they would see that I had, like, this trail of zombies behind me, so that they would be more interested in following me. So anyway, I couldn't find my friend Matthew, so I turned around. I was like, fuck this. And I looked at those zombies and I said, you can't do shit to me. Leave me alone. And I jumped back onto the island. And then that's like the last I remember of that astral projection. But like, that one was crazy though. That one was crazy because before I got to Niagara Falls, I had literally astral projected out of the recliner. I had fallen asleep in my grandmother's recliner at her apartment. She had an apartment and I floated up to the ceiling and I was like, the fuck just happened to me? I was stuck there. You know when they have those popcorn ceilings, like they're textured walls, right? Textured ceilings. Anyway, I was stuck there. I could see the popcorn ceiling. Like I could see the texture of the ceiling. Like I was close up, microscopic even. And I was like, where the fuck am I? And I couldn't get down. I was stuck there. I was stuck maybe a good 30 seconds. I didn't even know what the fuck to do. I was like, what is happening to me? What is happening to me? Anyway, so I always find that laying on my back, I always astral project easier. But yeah, I floated up and I saw the popcorn ceiling and I was like, where am I? Anyway, I had to like literally tell myself like, okay, you can come down now. You can come down. And I envisioned myself in her living room. So that's what got me down off the ceiling. But I was stuck there a good 30 seconds though. And when I looked around her apartment, it was so freaking crazy, guys. I looked around her apartment and everything was the same, except there was like furniture rearranged. Like there was a potted plant and like the way that the wall was set up was different. It was like closed off and there was a mirror there that was not there before. And I walked over to the mirror and this is the craziest shit I think I've ever seen. I walked out of the mirror. I would not suggest that in an astral projection. Like, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. That shit'll trip you up for like weeks. Luckily for me, it was a positive experience. But anyway, I walked over to the mirror and I saw myself as a ball of light. That's all I was light. I was just this orb of light. And it was really fucking cool. But I've heard some horror stories about astral projections and mirrors, so don't do it. Anyway, I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking epic. Pretty eventful so far. And so I was really into the Bible. I was studying the esotericism in the Bible at that time. So I found it actually kind of peculiar that my friend's name was Matthew, because that's the book of the Bible I was studying at the time. Anyway, I started saying, I want to see Jesus. And I said it 3 times. I said, I want to see Jesus. I want to see Jesus. I want to see Jesus. And next thing I know, I manifested a door on the wall. There was no door there before. And I manifested this just random door appeared out of nowhere. And I go to open it. And as soon as I do, there's nothing but this expansive black void. Nothing. There's nothing. It's literally just blackness. And it doesn't even look like outer space because there weren't even stars. It was just blackness. But all I saw was this tiny little speck of light. It was like a tunnel. It looked like a tunnel of light. And it was from light years and eons away. And it was coming right up to the door. So it was all blackness. The only thing that was there was this light. It was like a tunnel of light. And I knew that I could step off the ledge and jump into the light if I wanted to. But there was like, I was going to end up in the darkness first though, because I wouldn't be able to get to the tunnel without having to go through the void. Okay. Totally symbolic. I later on learned in a near-death experience why that happened to me, why I would have to go through the darkness first. But anyway, I didn't. I got so scared. I was like, fuck that. So I closed the door. No way. Ain't no way in hell, honey. I'm not jumping into some friggin' portal within an astral projection portal. Like, shit, I don't know what I'm doing. I got stuck on the popcorn ceiling. I'm not about to jump into the abyss. So anyway, I basically just kind of freaked out, and I slammed the door, and I said, no, thank you. And next thing I know, I get to go to Niagara Falls. And that was like basically it for the whole astral projection thing. Well, that was just one of many, but that one was one of the coolest by far. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know why it scares me to talk about this stuff. I think because it's just, people would look at you funny, you know? You start talking about this stuff and people are like, my God, she's legit lost her mind. So I guess I used to talk about it, but then I got persecuted so much for it. Like, just, you name it, I've been told it. And I don't know, something wants me to talk about it now. I don't know. It feels like my higher self. I just want to overcome my fear, you know? I want to be myself. I want to be authentic to myself. And I'm Aquarius rising, so we're supposed to stand out and be weird. So I have an Aquarius North Node in Vedic, I think, astrology. Yeah, so I'm supposed to be weird and kind of out there. Maybe not popcorn ceiling out there, but I am supposed to be out there. So I wanted to share, I don't know, maybe just some things about myself, I guess. You know? My name is Jenna. I am an Aries, and I was born at 4:16 in the morning, at 4:16:89. I'm just kind of weird like that, I guess. From like day one, minute one, I've been weird. I've had a near-death experience. I've had an out-of-body experience where I've met a being of light. I've had some weird psychic experiences that I cannot explain. It's time, I think. I think that the world is waking up and we want to know, like, is this shit weird? Is it taboo? Yeah, okay. But it doesn't mean it's bad, right? It doesn't mean it's bad. Just because we don't understand it all doesn't mean it's bad. So, I guess, I don't know. I wanted to talk about it and kind of open up, you know, maybe a discussion about the weird and witchy side of life, I guess. Yeah, no, I was silenced in the past for talking about this stuff. I still even feel right now like an energy trying to get me to stop talking about it. But then I also feel this more comforting presence trying to get me to be authentic and be myself. But yeah, one thing I've been noticing though is this feeling of cold chills, like your energy's being drained or siphoned from you when you're around some darker energies. And that's kind of the energy I'm feeling right now. Like I have shivers, I'm chilly. There are things that don't want me speaking about this stuff. That's for sure. Don't know if it's good or bad that I do it anyway. I'm not sure. But in my experience, there's nothing to fear but fear itself, really. I'm a free sovereign being. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I could talk about aliens if I fucking want to. I'll talk about whatever I want. So I think that it's like it's time for us all to stand in our truth and our power. And what good was all of these experiences if I don't get to help other people that are going through it right now? Like, you're waking up and a lot of you are like, what the frick is reality? What is reality? Where are you going? Like, where are you going when you sleep, when you're dreaming? What is this? Telepathy, witchcraft, like what is all this? You're manipulating the environment around you, using your own energy. That's what witchcraft is. And it's like, this is amazing stuff, but they don't teach you this stuff, you know? I'd love to discuss my weird and, I don't know, kind of creepy experiences. I don't know. Shit gets weird for me. But it is kind of strange, though, because lately the experiences haven't been so much paranormal for me. They've been more like telepathy, dreams, like premonitions, being able to predict people, like doing something before it happens, or telling me something a day before it happens. It's so strange. They're not even paranormal events anymore. I think it's because of the location that I'm at. There's like hundreds of people in my complex. So I can't really be open in that way, because who the freak knows what would happen to me. So I'm pretty protected here. But once I get to my own home, once I buy my own home, which hopefully will happen in this lifetime, once that happens, it's going to be really amazing, because I'm going to be astral projection this all the time. But there have been some signs that I've seen that some people have done shut up spells on me. So I think that's why I feel the resistance so much. I don't know how to really break through that yet. I've not learned enough about shut up spells yet, but yeah, I do know that that's happening to me though. And there's just so much resistance. It's like, I want to be free to talk about whatever I want to talk about, you know? And there are people that don't want me to speak, but I don't give a fuck about those people. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. So whatever you think that you know, are trying to like protect yourself from by doing a shut up spell, like, I don't even, bye. I don't even know you. I don't even care. I don't even know what you want from me, and I don't really give two shites. This is my story, my reality. I'm a sovereign being, and I will speak about whatever the fuck I want to speak about. So that's what I'm going to do. I'd love to discuss more spiritual topics on this channel. Yeah, my favorite, really, truly, my favorite, though, to discuss is manifesting twin flames and soulmates and the whole twin flame journey, like everything. Oh my God, like that's my favorite. That's my favorite thing to do in the whole world. Yeah. I just love love. I love love. I don't know why. I think I'm just like a hopeless romantic at heart. I was raised in a family where we didn't really know love. We didn't, my parents were married, but we didn't get to see love. So, there's a lot of codependency and narcissism in my family, all the way generations and generations. And we never got to really know true love, So I think I've just kind of always been this hopeless romantic at heart. And yeah, I love it. I do. I love it. Because if you're open to that level of magic, the universe will conspire in your favor to bring you like the coolest shit ever. Like the other day, I had to go to the ER. And while I was there, you will not believe the dude that I meet. My doctor, the ER doctor. Anyway, he's like, totally flirting with me, totally flirting. Like, I'm not an idiot. Okay. I know he was flirting with me. Anyway, he like touched my leg in like a really seductive manner. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? Anyway. And then he's like, oh, by the way, isn't it ironic that we meet? It's like, I've only been here 3 days. I was like, dude, I know, right? This is strange. We hit it off so fast. And so that same night, I get a lucid dream with him, and he was asking for my phone number. And turns out, Spirit met us together because he's a karmic soulmate from a past life. Karmic as in, I had lessons to learn, not karmic as in mean. This dude's amazing. But anyway, so I manifest soulmates all the fucking time. All the time. I remember one time I was sitting out in my car at about 2 a.m. doing a live stream with my friends, and I manifested this guy out of thin air on a dead-end street at 2 a.m. That day, I had asked Spirit for love. I said, I don't care. I just want to experience love today, Anyway, so 2:00, pitch black. And all of a sudden this guy shows up right in front of me. He is driving this white car. It was so slow, the way it creeped up. I thought it was a cop. To be honest, I was like, oh my God, what is going on here? And my friends were like, oh my God, lock your doors, roll up the windows, call the police. I'm like, dude, I don't know this guy. I don't know who this is. So he had pulled up right in front of my neighbor's house, but it was a dilapidated house. It was falling down. It was completely abandoned. And he had pulled up right in front of that house. So I assumed that was his house, right? So he gets out of the car, and imagine my shock when he doesn't go to the car. Or the house. No. He walks towards the car. He walks towards my car. And my window was down because I don't, safety. What's that? So I had my windows down. It was summer. I was like, I'm not stupid. It's like 90 degrees. This guy walks over to my car, and I expect him to ask me a question, and he just keeps walking past. And so I turn my head and I yell out the window, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Holy shit. I had no idea anybody was here." Oh God. Hi. Oh no, it's so funny. So I was like, "Wait a minute. What do you mean? You're not the neighbor?" And he's like, "No, I just come by to walk every once in a while." I was like, "At 2 a.m. on like a Tuesday?" He's like, yeah, it's really quiet on the street. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, and I told him the name of my street. And I was like, well, let's just say it was Harris Street. And he's like, no, this is not Harris Street. I was like, yes, it is. He's like, no, it's not. And that is when I realized that timeline shifting is fucking real. And I tuned into something. I'm not exactly sure what, but somehow I manifested some sort of weird freaking event between two people who were quantum entangled in some way. And he was like a friggin' looper, or what are they called? Like a timeline jumper or something. I don't know. Anyway, so he walks past me. He's like, "Okay, have a good one." And then he just leaves because I'm sure he's by this point pissed his pants. So he walks away from me, and I told the girls, I was like, "I can't believe that just happened." And they're like, "Oh my God, what do you think this means?" And dude, he doesn't think that that's your street. And they started asking all these questions. All of a sudden, I got a download from Spirit that man's name, I knew his name started with a J. I had no idea how. I just knew his name started with a J. And that's it. I just was like, girls, his name starts with a J. I have no idea who he is, but I know it starts with a J. And they're like, "You should ask him when he comes back." And then, 15 minutes later, it was so funny. 15 minutes later, we're sitting all together on the live stream, and we're just hyperventilating at what just happened. And I see him walking back towards me in the rearview mirror. But it was so funny because he was all in white. He had khakis and a white t-shirt, and just everything about him was white. He had white skin and everything. And there was this street lamp that he was walking under. And I literally told the girls, I was like, "Wow, it looks like Jesus is coming back." I was like, it looks like straight up Christ returning is what it looks like right now. Anyway, so he came back to the car, and he didn't say anything to me first. He was just going to walk on by, but I'm like, "Oh, no. We don't play that game here." No. When I manifest a random stranger on a dead-end street at 2 a.m, and I just happen to be sitting outside, that wasn't even normal. I normally didn't sit out there with my friends, so this was very strange. I was like, "Oh, no, sir." "Oh, no. You're not getting away that quickly." Cute. So he didn't say anything. I was like, "Hey, does your name start with a J?" And he's like, "Yes. How do you know that?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know, but this is weird, right?" I was like, "This is strange, huh?" And he's like, "Listen, lady, I don't know what to tell you. This is not Harris Street. I don't know how you know my name, but could you just forget it? I gotta go. I gotta go. This is weirding me out." So he totally left. But basically all it was a 5-minute interaction so that he could activate me. So this is what happens. The universe brings in people to activate you at a soul level. It takes like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like even the ER doctor, we only knew each other for like an hour. And then in the astral plane, you know, we did some things. But then after that, it was done. It was one day and it was magical. And it was like, hey, I have karma that I need to learn and pay off and like learn a lesson here. It's not really even paying off karma. It's just I needed to learn a lesson that I am too magical and too witchy to be with a scientific doctor. Not to say that he's not amazing, but I just think that that would not work. I think the universe is giving us all options in soulmates to choose right now, but that one would just not work for me. In a past life, it worked because I wasn't into this. I didn't have my spiritual gifts like I do in this lifetime. So in a past life, it would have worked. Settle down with a scientific genius who's logical minded and super rich. Yeah, that would have worked. And it did. Yeah, it did. Same in this lifetime. I married for money in this lifetime too. Not exactly proud of it, but hey, it happened. I was married for almost 10 years and it was a very comfortable marriage, but it was just comfortable. It wasn't anything. It didn't make me grow or ascend or heal or anything. It was just very much karmic and very much abusive and not good. It wasn't good and it was very comfortable. And it's like I learned that lesson by going through divorce. I am not about to be in another commitment where there's no love. Like I want love to be the primary thing, not money. And so anyway, I met the doctor and he basically asked for my phone number in the astral plane. It was so fucking cool. That's so fucking cool. You know, and it's an ER doctor too. So they're like the sexiest ones. And you know it. You know it because they're straight up Robin Hood, you know? They're like they're such good people because they're out there saving everybody in the whole community, you know? God, ER doctors, man. Anyway, so Spirit basically handed me one on a silver platter. It was like, here you go. Do you want it? Hell yeah, I want it. But you know what I want more? I want to be my magical witchy self. I want to be me. I don't want to have to convince a man ever again that spontaneous healing is possible or believing in the impossible is now possible or the fact that I'm gifted and I have like certain cool fucking traits that, you know, some people don't have. And I just don't want to ever convince or try to convince a man ever again that I'm magical. Like I'm a fucking mermaid. Like I don't want to have to convince a man of that. So I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna manifest someone who doesn't need to be convinced. Ooh, yes, yes. I am manifesting a man who doesn't need to be convinced, which ironically enough, my neighbor as well does not need to be convinced. This man is so woke. It's crazy. He is so sweet. He literally got me a box of Triscuits the other day. Is that what they're called? Is that what they're? Yeah, I think. Is that the crackers? Is that what they're called? Triscuits? That's so weird. That's such a weird name. Anyway, so yeah, he totally got me a box of those and left me a letter. And the letter said, these fell through the 8-8 portal. Happy times or something like that. I was like, oh my God, who are you? And then one time I saw him outside taking pictures of the sky when I got home from the post office. It was like about 8 o'clock at night or something. I don't know, somewhere like that. And I was like, I had no idea who he was. And I get out of the car and there's just this guy just taking pictures of the sky. And I was like, oh, looking for UFOs, huh? All right. Glad to know it's not just me. And he was like, oh, hey, Jenna. And that's when I knew, oh, you're my neighbor. Hi. Oh my God. You're up there looking at UFOs. And he's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's my soul fam up there. He's like, that's my fam. That's my fam. I'm like, dude, so you're a starseed too. Oh my God, he's so fucking cool. So anyway, my life is just magical. Like I always have the most magical people come into my life. It is not hard to manifest people. That's why a lot of my clients are like, well, I don't know how to manifest. I don't know how to like bring them in. I'm like, my God, manifesting people, that's the easiest shit. That is so easy. Dude, that is so easy. You can do that in a matter of a day. For me, it's manifesting money, which seems to be a little bit harder. But anyway, yeah, no, manifesting people, guys, it's so freaking easy. All you have to do is be open to it happening in like the most serendipitous ways. Like, I remember one time too, I went to the bank with my mom, and I show up, and this guy opens the door for us, and he's like, "Hello, ladies." And he looked me in the eyes, and it was so intense. It lasted maybe 3 seconds. It was so intense that he pulled his head away. He like looked down at the ground and then looked at my mom and just stared at her the rest of the time. He couldn't look at me again. And until he finally pawned us off to the teller and was like, "Here you go. Have a good one, ladies." Okay. He had no idea what he did to me, because on the way home, I started crying. My mom's driving, and I'm riding with her on the way home. And she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Didn't you feel it, mother? Didn't you feel that soulmate bond?" She's like, "I literally have no idea what you're talking about." I was like, "Dude, did you look in his eyes? Did you see his eyes?" She's like, "Yeah, they just seemed like normal eyes to me." I was like, Mom, that was my soulmate." Yeah, I know. No. I know what you're thinking. Dude, what is she smoking? Right? My mom thought the same thing. Totally sober, though. Totally sober. Anyway, that is basically my experience in a nutshell of manifesting soulmates. These people show up out of thin air. They're there for 3 seconds, and then poof, they're gone. Like fucking magic. They are there, and suddenly they're not. And you're left wondering, like, what the hell is going on with you? These people just come into your life to activate you. They're not there for anything more than that. Normally, I remember this one time I was working at Walmart, and I stocked shelves third shift, so I was working in the back with my friend Teresa, and we were just talking about like the coolest shit, and all of a sudden it's about almost time to punch out. It's like 7 a.m. and all of a sudden this guy walks by with his friend. So there's like 2 men walking towards us in the back as we're punching out. And this one guy, he was so tall. He looked maybe like 6'3", 6'4". I don't know. He was so cute. There was something about him. I don't know. But anyway, she and I were just talking, and he and I locked eyes, and it was so intense that I thought it was just me. So our eyes like kept locked on each other for a good 10 seconds before we passed each other. After we passed each other, we both turned around and were still looking at one another. I was like, what the hell? And I literally, after, we stopped looking at each other, I looked at her. I was like, who the hell is that? Who is that? And she's like, who's who? Bitch, who is that? Who is that guy? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, dude, who is that man right there? I've never seen him. Does he work? Is he new? She's like, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's new here. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, like none. Anyway, basically, guys, this is basically why I never talk about this stuff anymore, because as I talk about it out loud, I'm like, holy shit, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am crazy. But anyway, it's fun, so it's whatever. But yeah, she was like, no, I have no idea who you're talking about. So both her and my mom, every time I meet these guys, like, people think I'm batshit crazy, but I'm not. Like, this is really happening to me, and I don't know what else to do but talk about it, I guess. I kind of want to make sure I'm not crazy, so I'll just talk about it out loud, I guess. But yeah, these soulmates, they're coming into your life right now just to activate you. They're not always here for a long time. Often they're here for a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Although the good time is normally in the 5D or the 4D. It's normally not here in the 3D because like there's too much shadow and ego that you both are dealing with. So it rarely happens here, but it does happen somewhere. Okay. So yeah, these soulmates that are coming in, guys, my God, it's off the chart crazy. It's insane. And it lasts like 5 minutes to an hour to just a hello at the coffee store. Like it's so crazy. What the fuck is happening to all of us? Well, I have a theory, but it does sound just as equally as crazy as this entire podcast so far. So I have a theory that all timelines have been shifted into one. That CERN has allowed all of our timelines to kind of, like all parallel universes to kind of merge into one in a way. Like now there's an infinite number, it was like, it's kind of all merged. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my theory. But anyway, I think that's why you're seeing all these different timelines and all these different soulmates you were with in a past life, because it used to be quite linear. But now that CERN has like done its thing, now the Tower of Babel, by the way, now everybody is kind of like fucking confused, just like Babel, So all timelines kind of shifted into one big conglomerate timeline. And that's why you're meeting like both soulmates and a twin flame and, karmics and whatever. Also angels and demons in the same, you know what I mean? Like it's all the same now. It's all one. It's fucking weird. Yeah. So maybe this is why, people tried to shut me up, because this stuff is very weird. And so, but yeah, I'm pretty crazy. I've got a lot of crazy shit to talk about. I just don't want to be held back anymore. I want to speak my truth and whatever, like let the chips fall where they may. Like if people think I'm crazy, oh fucking well. My clients have seen aliens and they've been taken aboard ships and like they've manifested their twin flames and they've seen demons. They perform exorcisms. Like this shit is real. This shit is real. Just because some people don't believe in it doesn't mean it's not real. Just because you can't see it also doesn't mean it's not real. Look at gravity. That shit's invisible and it keeps you to the ground. So there is so much more. We don't know. We know like 0.001% of anything. And I'm tired of kind of pretending like I know it all. I have no idea about anything. I want to just put my story out there, and if it resonates with people, great. If not, great. But yeah, I want to talk about it. I want to free myself. I want to liberate myself. I'm the one that put myself in a bubble. I'm the one that let these, haters send their evil eye or their silencing spells to me. And like, I thought that it was power. I thought that they had power over me. They certainly do not. And the best way to prove it to myself is to take back my power. I'm a sovereign, free will being. I have permission from my higher self to do whatever the fuck I want to do. This universe is my playground. I will do what I want when I want, period. So yeah, I'm going to take back my power and I'm going to talk about some cool shit. If you guys are up for it, let me know. Give it a like. It would be so great if you guys would give it a like, because I'd really love to get the YouTube algorithm working in my favor, which is another thing that I'm going to do. Okay. I'm totally going to get the YouTube algorithm to fall in love with me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So I keep telling the universe, like, dude, YouTube, honestly, I'm like YouTube's favorite content creator. No, I am. YouTube has like their top CEO, like board directors and stuff, they sit in their Monday meetings with their bagels at Google, and they all sit around a table and they say, you know what? Which small YouTuber do you think we should promote today? And all 5 of them say, hey, that Jenna girl, the one that talks about like aliens and shit, I think she should be the one. She should be the one. She should be the one to hit the YouTube lottery. So let's do it. Anyway, so I keep playing with the universe in this way, and I keep trying to tell them, hey, make me an overnight superstar on YouTube. Make it happen. Make it happen. So these 5 important CEO boardroom people, they're about to make my fate. They're like, she's my favorite. She is super cool. I like her the best. So they're like flooding the internet with my videos, with my face, with my voice. They're basically doing me a huge solid. So yeah. You guys think I'm kidding. You think I'm kidding, but I'm telling you right the fuck now. This is how magic works, bae. You put that shit out there to the universe, jokingly or not, they fucking listen. And when I say they, I mean the universe. I don't know who it is. I don't know who runs it. All I know is if I joke about it, it's gonna happen. I've joked about a lot of things that I thought would never happen, and that shit happened quite literally. So yeah, all I'm gonna tell the universe is you're going to make me an overnight YouTube star. It's gonna happen. It's like inevitable. It is what it is. So you're gonna do it. Period. Universe, handle it. So the universe is handling it. They're telling Google to make sure that my videos go viral. Probably starting with this one. And yeah, this will be the first viral video. And then after this, everybody would be like, dude, she either needs to be put in a straitjacket or this is the best channel I've ever subscribed to. There's only two options. So anyway, guys, no, I am sober, 100%. I have not smoked weed since 2019. And I don't drink alcohol. So this is just me. Yeah, I'm not even on Big Pharma. I'm in nothing. I'm on nothing. I'm on nothing but the Holy Spirit. So anyway, thank you for listening. This was really fun. Glad to get this off my chest. Feels really great. I think I've got to go pee. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.